Hello everyone, welcome back to JDCodebase. In this video, we are solving LeetCode 27 remove element, and this is from LeetCode top interview 150 series. And today we are not starting with the optimal approach for this problem. Instead, we will begin with the brute force thinking, the way most beginner naturally thinks. This will be understand the problem deeply before moving to the better solution. So let's first understand the problem in simple words. You are given an array called nums and a value called val. Your task is to remove all occurrences of val from the array. An important point is we must do in place, which means we cannot create a new array. And after removing, we return the count of elements that are not equal to val. Only the first key element matters. Anything after does not matter. So let's take the example nums is equal to 3, 2, 2, 3 and val is 3. So we remove all the 3's from this array nums, and after removal the remaining elements are the only 2 and 2, and so the answer is the 2 here, the length is 2. Now let's talk about the first thought that comes to the mind. We traverse the array from left to right, like we have an array 3 and 2 and 2 and 3, and we are traversed to this side, and whenever we see the value val, we remove it by shifting elements to the left, like we see at the 0th index this is equal to val, yes, so we shift all these 3 elements to the front, means this 2 comes to 0th index, again this at the 1 index, and this at the 2nd index from, and last one is the blank, and we have to reduce the size of the array also, and minus minus. So this is exactly how beginner thinks, and that is totally fine. And run until the last index, this one, check this until the last index, and this approach is easy to understand but not a very efficient one. So let me explain the step clearly. First we loop through the array. If nums of I equal to val, shift elements to the left side and decrease the size and repeat it, and return the new length as the answer. So this is a brute force solution. So let's move to LeetCode and write the code for this. So here first I create a variable let n equal to nums dot length, and now we loop through the array nums for let I equal to 0, I is smaller than n, I plus plus. Now we have to check at every index, we check if the current value is equal to val or not. If nums of I equal to val or not, if it is, so we need to shift all the elements to the left, like for let j equal to I and j is smaller than n minus 1 and j plus plus, and just copy the values nums of j equal to nums of j plus 1, and every time after shifting this loop we have to reduce this array size by 1 and minus minus, and also we decrease the I by 1 so that we can recheck the current index again, I minus minus, and in last we have to return the new length, and the length is the n. So this code works correctly and a follows the brute force idea. So yes, it accepted both the solution. So let's talk about the time complexity and space complexity. Is the big of n square for time complexity, because for every removal we shift element, like if we have 3, 3, 2, 3, 2, 3, after every 3 we have to remove the shift all the elements again, means again first one, then second, then for third, then fourth and 5, means every time we have to run the for loop here. So, and space complexity is the bigger one because we modify the array in place. So this is not an optimal this, but it is very easy to understand. And this brute force approach is help beginners understand the problem clearly. In the next video, we will solve the same problem using an optimized two-pointer approach, which runs in the big of n time. If this explanation helped you, like the video and subscribe to JD Codebase. Thanks for watching. I will see you in the next one.